I got sort of turned into more of like a web than a curtain, which was okay. I thought it was cool. I think it like covered more space, so it was greener. And
I think adding those larger ones at top give it a nice kind of movement down, you know. And it's interesting because it makes the movement go down as opposed to up. But I think too the location is really quite nice, and the way that we sort of happen upon it, it kind of makes this into more of a place.
It's almost like a lens for the sun. It's like a focus for the sun. It makes the sun, makes me aware of the sun because exactly what Eleanor was saying. It's just, yeah, it's like lenses in a bizarre sort of way.
I think it's extremely interesting how each process produces a different balance.
Why is it interesting in and of itself? I don't know anything about complex systems. I don't know from what you speak about emergent dialogues. I know nothing of this. I just come upon this thing and it's really lovely. And it sort of looks like it grew here, but then I realized it didn't grow here. So what else is it presenting?
You could clearly tell that it's like artificially made. Like it's not natural. You can,
so there's a sense of deliberateness that's really clear.
Yeah.
Right.
So you want to see more.
There's an obvious mobile quality to it, yeah, right? Mobiles are also, can be very, you know, hackneyed. This is not. So you're using the form of the mobile, yet it doesn't, I don't go by and go, oh, a mobile, I'm going to walk by. It pulls me in a way which, how do I say this? It pulls me in a way which the concept of mobile is dismissed from my head.
It's more ethereal or something. Not ethereal.
I could say lyrical.
Yeah, lyrical.
Delicately lyrical.
I think this is cool because it looks like it totally grew here.
Which way is it moving?
So early.
So it's starting here and going on, and then it gets stopped by that root.
Yeah.
If I were to come back to it, I would have it sort of growing out of the ground more believably, maybe coming out of that step or something.
It goes, the transition angle down is much more abrupt compared to anything else except here, but there it works. There's like a waterfall feel.
I think where it might be presenting a problem for some of you is in that this is really clear where it stops, right? And if you look at the way that this curves back here, right? So it's stopping it there, and the rest of the form pushes back here. This is sort of coming together and gathering up force to make that move up, but you lose some of the potential motion of it because of the flatness here. So you've got this movement and this momentum going, and then it's got all these fits and stops because of the places where it sort of dips down and it loses energy.
So like I guess like giving it a second life, like I was kind of like really trying to make that work.
The way that you managed to combine so many very different materials into a cohesive whole is really amazing.
Because there's one and it's so elegant, it becomes so precious almost. Whereas if there were a couple that were sprouting out and not necessarily all along the peak, but maybe there's one coming out over there, you know, if there were a few more, then they'd really begin to become part of this thing. It's really interesting because all the things you've done have this really beautiful, elegant delicateness to them. And on the one hand, if just describing it, would want to say that it's just really highly decorative, that they're just pretty things put together, but they really go beyond that.